Hello, YouTube. Good evening. And I just wanted to share my day. And I wanted to start off by saying that I love you all very much. Why? Because I'm a woman, and that's a necessity that we have to have. We have to have something, someone, something to love. So why not YouTube? so I love y'all a lot. I love my life. And the thing about it was just so ironic because as I was sitting in part, it's like when I'm walking and I'm thinking. Um, my creative juices are really flowing and I'm getting a lot of positive, good things coming. But when I'm just sitting and thinking, I find myself moping. And as of late, I've been thinking a lot about how I really think I am too much of a. I never really thought this until, like I said, this past couple of months. I'm too much of a good person. I'm too goody goody, even with the profanity and the sinful self pleasure or whatever. I'm still too good of a person. And I say that is because I love too much. And I think it's very safe, I guess, to love like an entity that's not there, like, you know, me saying that I love YouTube, which I do. I love all the people there generically. But it's kind of a safety in that, because I think in my life I've been hurt like way too many times by tenants, people, places, things, institutions that you believe in that, really, that spirit of goodness, I want somewhere to put it, and I want to put it somewhere where it can be, untainted. But I do love my life, and I find it ironic because, like I said, I try to write a poem about hate, and actually I was doing pretty good because I was sitting around moping. I was doing a really good job at it. Excuse me, y'all, but I need a floss, and I was supposed to fast for 24 hours, which I didn't, but I did fast from Moco Space for 24 hours. Or I don't know exactly what time I started, but I said midnight definitely would be the end of the fast. So, but I had a really good day today. As y'all know, I went to the park, parked it out. After I did that, um, I had to get me some provisions. So I went to do that and I got caught in the rain, which actually was a very beautiful thing, believe it or not. And it's like I knew I was coming and I was maybe a quarter mile out. And then I was just like, well, the heck with it. And then I was like, I'm gonna walk. And then all of a sudden it just started pouring down raining. And I think sometimes it's good when unexpected things like that happen because it's the equivalent of like when I'm walking past the house and there's a dog and all of a sudden that dog is always out of nowhere and it just jolts you awake. So it's good to have something, I guess, out of the norm happen to you. And it just poured down raining on me. And rain to me is so refreshing, so cleansing, so purifying. And I was like, okay, stand under this roof, and then I was just like, well, I need to stand at least on the shuttle line so if the shuttle comes, I can catch it. So I did, and it felt good to get caught in the rain. And, I got on the shuttle, but within like maybe 15 minutes, 30 minutes, I don't know, somewhere around there, I was dry. And, a lots of different emotions during the day. And another good thing, I always remember the good for some reason. Good thing, when I got on the shuttle, heading back, I was so starving. Oh, I had a couple of good things. Some good things that happened I can't mention because some things you just can't mention, and I can't mention these certain things because I just put it, I was starving, 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 and it kind of worked out. So, but anyhow, so I was on my way back. I got on the shuttle, and I don't know if I redid a vlog on this or not, but prior to Christmas, I met a lot of people. I think I had so many blessings that day I didn't even record it. It was just too much, too much good. I just couldn't even put it all together. It was so much good stuff. But I had met a lot of people. A lot of people was giving me the information, and it's just like I remember thinking to myself, okay, Maria, you took all of these people's information. They're gonna be expecting you to call, and it's not on the norm that people do that. But the fact that God put them there and made them like I mean, and I felt comfortable with them. These were people I actually liked and appreciated. And it came out of the weirdest situation. Like one girl was just flipping out and going off on this woman, and I was like, oh gosh, I don't, I don't want this kind of drama on Christmas, So I was just like, trying to talk to her to get her engaged so she could stop focusing on that woman. And it worked. And believe it or not, that's why when you look past the things that separate people, she wasn't attacking me, she was attacking someone else. But after we got past that, and I kind of got her settled down, and I got her attention focused on me, like, hey, I'm here, let's be friends. I mean, she was just such a wonderful person. Everybody, I guess, has their quirks. I have mine too. But she was like very verbal and mad at that woman, and I was like, wow, what can she do? It wasn't even a big cart. It was like one of the little teeny little carts, and she was just all over that woman's case, and it was just nothing nice. But when I got her calmed down, she turned out to be my type of person. I really liked her. She turned out she was Trinidadian, and I remember, like, after it was all over, as soon as we parted ways, I thought to myself, I was like, Lord, I just made an enemy, because I knew that I wasn't gonna call. I knew that I wasn't, and not because I didn't want to, but because the number is in the bottom of a bag somewhere, and then I have to find it. And then, to be honest with you, I'm enjoying myself, and I would like to enjoy her too, but like eventually, you know what I mean? And I was like, the next time, and I kept thinking of mine, it's her and another lady. The next time I see them, I was just like, Lord, I can expect to get the cold shoulder. I can expect to have made an enemy, and for them to just start gossip about me the whole time, because they were trying to be friends with me or whatever, or be nice. And people get mad about stupid stuff like that. But what happened was, I got on. I wouldn't even recognize her because she looked totally different. Um, Because, like, when I first saw her, she had two long ponytails, and she was very bohemic looking. But this time she looked very professional, hair pulled back, pinstripe shirt, and I was just like, as soon as I got on the van, she didn't even give me a chance. She was just like, "Oh, hey, thank you for calling me." And I was like, "Oh Lord." And I know this woman has a temper, because I saw how she went off on that other woman. But maybe that's why she wanted to be friends with me, because I didn't get scared at that point. When it's going directed to somebody else, I always step in. I don't get scared. But when it's directed towards me, I'm just like, "Oh, woe is me." I got enough people hating me. But so she was like, and so then I tried to make up for it, and I was like, "Well, do you want me to? Is it okay if I just give I said, I'm sorry. Is it okay if I just give you my number this time? And she was like, and I was thinking that was her way of being like, whatever. So in the end, she was okay with it. Um, but that shows you. I'm so glad, because, like I said, people hate. And when I told her, I said, I thought you were mad at me. She was like, I'm ready. And I didn't say nothing. I thought she was on the phone. She was like, I'm ready. And I was like, okay. I said, I thought you were mad at me. She was like, of all the things that are going on in this world, that's something really petty to be angry about. And I was like, phew. That made me feel so good, because, she's right. And I'm glad I see it the same way too. But I'm like, people get mad at me like nothing. Or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. But yeah, so those were good things that happened today, you know. Um, so if you want, tell me about your day. I'd appreciate it. So, anyways, be blessed, be loved, and oh, just to update y'all, I'm flat ass broke. So, um, my naturalist lifestyle, we don't have to. I'm a slave, and a police officer told me this. Some people in the community told me this. Regardless of whether you like it or not, you are a slave, and I knew it. I know that I'm a slave, because from the moment that you're born, you are. But it's just, I want a little bit of freedom, but you can't have it because you got to eat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what am I like today? I was absolutely starving. What am I gonna do? Starve to death? You know? And food is expensive, very expensive, shamefully expensive. So man, I tell y'all. So yeah, I'm a slave, and I'm gonna have to get back on the slave grind. Even though I enjoy moments of freedom, I guess I can't. I guess I can't be free. I guess, state property. I don't want to be, but I guess for the moment I was born in a military family, you're state property anyway, huh? Anyways, God bless y'all. Love y'all. Be good. Share with me your day, what you did today, things that made you smile. Things that made me smile, all the babies I saw, going past. Another thing that made me smile, I saw this couple. The lady was African American, light skinned, probably mixed, but and they had the cutest little baby, and the guy was probably like white Hispanic. And for me personally, I don't date at all, anyways, but I'm not into that. But they would draw my attention to them was that she had the baby. They stopped and she was feeding him ice cream, and I was like, oh, my heart just melted. I didn't want to stare because that was like a private moment for them, but it was so beautiful, you know. Oh, another thing that I saw that really made me. I was at the park. There was this lesbian couple, and the funny thing about it, like I said, I looked up and there was this black woman. I didn't comment on it at the time though. There was a black woman, and she was very top heavy. She was very thick. She was like me, but with bigger boobs and more booty. And she was stretching, and of course, like I said, the white Spanish guys, for some reason, they really like black women. So this white Spanish guy, was just like, talking to her, when she was trying to exercise, and he was just all up in her stuff. And then, unbeknownst to him, she had a lesbian lover, and she just came out of nowhere and kind of corrected that all real fast. Thought that was funny. Another story about lovers: as I was walking from the park, there was this Latin lady. She was walking across the street, and a car stopped, and I guess the car had stopped to let her pass. But her lover, which was also a lesbian, got mad and was like, "What's she stopping for?" It was just crazy. But on a second note, on the other note, when I went to the restroom, they actually came in there. I think something was wrong because the more masculine one was really crying. I wanted to ask what's wrong, but in situations like that, with people like that, you don't want to do that because they take it different ways. They might take it as you trying to throw something in their face. And I know this only because I've been in homeless shelters, and there were people that thought I was okay, um, and I really, I guess, they really knew, who I was, but they still know they was faulting them because they was like, don't give me suggestions about where this might have been or where because she had like a bottle of cough syrup behind her pillow, and I think you're not allowed to have that in the homeless shelter. But she had it behind her pillow, and she was like, who stole my cough syrup? And I was like, well, maybe it just fell behind the thing. And then after a while I kept giving her suggestions because she kept complaining about it. And then after a while she was just like, um don't, give me suggestions. I know you mean well and everything. But she was like, I'm gonna think you stole it if you keep. And I could see how, that paranoia mind would think like that. So I just shut up. But yeah, so I guess I'm thankful to the homeless shelters. I learned a lot about different types of people that I wouldn't have known. You know, and other stupid things that I do that I've been told not to do. Like when I was younger and more attractive, like whenever I see a couple and a baby walking down the street, I'd always, because they would touch my heart, I'd always speak and say something. But one girl was like, Maria, these women don't want you smiling all up in their boyfriend's face. So it's just stupid stuff that, I don't know because my heart is innocent like a child, but, so. And then also I got, somebody else told me, oh, these white people don't want you looking at their children. So I don't know, maybe true. Probably is true, but a naive heart, you don't think about stuff like that. You just, you just, from the heart, love people. And my mom is like that too. But anyways, like I said, God bless. That was my day. If you get an opportunity, leave me some notes or tell me something about your day. Share your experiences.